Hello, Boog, and hello, David. Thanks to you all for having me along and for watching this video. My name is Kevin Varrone. I'm down here in Philadelphia. I wish I was up there with you all, but I hope the festival is going really well. I'm going to read a series of poems today about, of all things, the numbers 1 through 10. So if, as I'm reading, you can kind of envision typographically what these numbers look like, that's kind of what the poems are about in a way. The only other thing I want to say about them is that they borrow a kind of refrain line from the children's book author Margaret Wise Brown from her book, The Important Book. So you'll hear that come back over and over again. Thanks again for having me and for listening. Here is how to count to 10. The important thing about 1, it stands alone. Like a songbird, its sound alone can sometimes, maybe almost, be enough. Causal yet caused by something, unmoved and moving. 1 is something beautifully done, whose doing cannot ever be known. There is nothing in the universe more tenuous than beautiful, more beautiful than 1, and the important thing is that it stands tall, stands all tender flag, half blown, stoic, waiting, alone. What's important about 2 is that it's always nearly 1, always on the precipice of oneness, curling in on itself, Fibonacci-esque, like despair after having lost something, someone, having known that particular hurt of being alone again. 2 is ugly duckling gone swan, so beautiful, so lately adored, as if beauty and adoration might remove the scars of all those years having been ridiculed, having been alone. 2 goes against the grain of again, grace playing to its base, and that's an important thing about it, how again and again it thinks about 1 in absentia, takes a knee, almost submitting, praying, pleading, begging. The important thing about 3 is that it comes upon 2 upon its knees, head bowed at prayer, a prophet, mantis, or cockroach seeking absolution. And what's important is that there's always 1 to send thee to heaven, always 1 to factor into an equation. Triangulation and vesper, and so all may be well, and to heaven the shortest distance continued beyond its comfort zone. A kind of effervescence, like coupling taken to a triumvirate, a trois. The important thing about 4 is lack, and how it cannot, by the laws of physics, exist, cannot stand itself, as most often drawn by a child's free hand. Little sail, little mast, tacking right to left, undivided, unless divided it will topple over, and if divided, then every trouble of 2, of 1, of 3. In typography, the tipped triangle is often tied in fore and mid-aft, fore to the vertical shaft like a truss. But the thing about 4, which is poignant, by which I mean painful, sharp-pointed, adder-fang, is that it's a sail and a mast, and like us, like all of us, it needs air and the sea, and is subject, always subject, to the duality of burden support. The important thing about 5 is prehensility. 5 is a hand held out or to be drawn close to the vest. As surely as there is an all-seeing eye, there is 5, and the beaming vulnerability of being almost outside of time. Look at it. 5 is not 8. 5 is not nature, but it sits there, well postured, as if at a ball game, the bill of its cap still firm, staying all 9, till it's over, till it's over. About 6, the important thing is it's oval, like a hurricane eye on Doppler. 6 is something prodigal coming slowly home, something destructive, something forgiven, or something of calm, of redemption, a whisper for a moment, cat 4, cat 5, something we feel but can't quite hear. The important thing about 7 is its angle, like the jut of a cliff and the suggestion of a sea shrouded in a mist that might receive you if only you can muster the courage and leap to the surf, or your death might receive you like someone who's been waiting a long time for your arrival, someone who might take you by the hand and place this question in your ear: what took you so long to let go? The important thing about 7 is luck. Everyone knows that. Not in the cosmic sense, but little quotidian lucks. The way you have it this afternoon out your apartment window, giving onto a crowded street, a European street framing a length of clothesline in the sun, and a single cotton shirt hanging down, filling with air and light and heat, contracting its fibers, expanding, awaiting a body, not yours, to fill it again. The important thing about 8 is that it's always gone. It's a boardwalk ride, cheesy kind, loop variation, time lost and time again, or time withdrawn, or blown, or reknown. And the important thing about 8, je me souviens, is that it's everything, not always. The everything of a train, or car, or plane, or little dragon mini coaster rolling back a progress through the guts of a beggar, carrying your children, your childhood, never, again, forever. The important thing about 9 is that it differs from 6 as siblings, quotation marks, and bodies of water do. The important thing about 9 is the sea. 9 is the sea in our system. Put it to your ear. This is not so with 6, and the important thing about 9 is that, like the sea, it holds no answers, holds no extant meaning, but people are drawn to it inexplicably all the same. 6 is just a wave. 9 is the water. And in any given town, on any given coast, at any given moment, you will find the townspeople, nearly all of them 9s, nearly all of them unsure why, they are walking, swelling always toward the water in the evening. The important thing about 10 is loneliness. That is its essence. Like a postscript, 10 is the depth of loneliness, something inadequate, something already over before it's begun, a world known only to binaries and those broken few who have found each other after all else has failed, after hours in a neighborhood dive bar. Anywhere is better than alone, and so null and one go home together, spend a few hours pretending that, multiplied by themselves, by each other, day and its cold light might never come. The important thing about 10 is that it's a couple, i.e., 2. One is a person, the other a portal. They come together, and like sadness and joy, they merge and become more as less. Imagine this. 10 is time travel. One part other dimension, one part stepping through, one part crossing over, one part never knowing what awaits you, never knowing what might happen when you come together with another body. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good time at the festival. Hope to see you soon. Bye.